Where do I get all of my voiceover e-learning work? The secret is to be revealed here this morning. So thanks for being here. How are you doing? I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, voiceover demo producer, voiceover coach, the author of a couple voiceover books. Here's my latest, Get Paid Using Your Voice. It is available through the link below the video. You can get the digital download, you can get the paperback, you can get the audiobook, you can get all three if you want to. But this is a really good overview of the 9 steps from beginning to end. It's the whole loop of how to create a successful voiceover career. So a good one to have in your arsenal for sure. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, take a moment to check in on our live stream chat. Let me know where you're watching and listening from this morning, because I always like to do some recognition. Also, I'll call out whoever's on the live chat here following the video. So that's coming up in just a moment. The other day, you may recall, if you were here, I started talking about some of my most memorable moments in media. And it began when I first got involved in radio. When I was like 19 or 20 years old, I started writing commercials for a radio station. And I'll never forget the first time I heard my commercial played on the air. Somebody else voiced it, but I wrote it, and I was thrilled. Not long after that, once I got on the air, I'll never forget hearing the first commercial that I recorded with my voice on the radio. It's one of those moments where I will never forget where I was at, exactly where I was at, and what it felt like when I heard it. It was a huge thrill. And from that moment, I was hooked. I knew I had to work behind a microphone. Let me share with you one of my most memorable voiceover experiences. And I think you'll appreciate this. Several years ago, I was on Voice 123, which I am now. I do get some jobs through like Voice 123, voices.com. They're not my primary means of marketing. Direct marketing is, but still, these are spokes in my marketing wheel. And one day, several years ago, I received a private audition. A private audition is not a cattle call. Cattle call is where you go and see what's there and you and a bunch of other people can audition. A private audition is where the client hand selects a few people. And then, well, sometimes it's more than a few, but in this case, it was 5 people to audition for a specific job. This job was for a promo to introduce the second round of the U.S. Open Golf Championship on Fox. So, number one, I'm a golf fan. I mean, I love to play golf. I love to watch golf. So that got me right there. Number 2, being hired to do a promo. Whoa, that was, especially on a national platform, that was really, really exciting for me. And so I did my audition. I sent it in. And the thing was, whoever was chosen would need to have it finished before the opening round started the next morning. And so I recorded it that afternoon. After I was contacted, I waited. It was time to go to bed. And I thought, oh my gosh, well, I guess I didn't get the job. So I hop in bed. I pick up my phone. One last time I look at my email. Guess what? I got the job. I jump out of bed. I run downstairs to my whisper room. I jump in and I start recording. It was just on my own. It wasn't directed. And I really hadn't had proper promo training at that point. I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But yeah, I mean, I'm a student of it. I listen and I'm able to learn that way as well. But I did the best I could. But I got the job. That's the crazy thing. So I'm in here, I'm recording, I'm doing, a bunch of takes. I send it off. The next morning I get up out of bed, I turn on Fox, and right before they start the second round, there I am. And there's Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods in the promo and Rory McIlroy. And it was like, and my voice was there. I mean, the thrill. This is one of the highlights for me, again, for several reasons. If you want to do that kind of work, because there's nothing more thrilling than hearing your voice on TV and radio and doing promos. That's exactly what's coming up this Wednesday night, May 29th, with Aaron Bradley, one of the most recognizable voices in radio imaging and TV affiliate work, promo work. He's going to teach you how to do all of this kind of stuff on Wednesday. And here's the cool thing. Even if you're not interested in doing radio imaging or TV affiliate or promo work, you need this skill in your arsenal. Doing a promo style or affiliate style read isn't just for that specific genre. You will be required and called upon or have opportunities to do jobs in commercial and e-learning and corporate where that will be a part, or you'll need to be able to do that style, that type of read. So having the skill set will expand your ability to get work. This is a limited seating, 100 virtual seats, and we're already starting to fill it up. So if you want to get involved, if you want to be on this training, make sure you go to the link below this video and get signed up, and I hope to see you there. Well, where do I get my e-learning work? I was asked that yesterday by one of my students, so I thought I would talk about it today. Um, and I know, and I've probably talked about this at some point, but I'm often asked, well, how do you get this kind of work, or how do you get that kind of work? And I do a lot of e-learning. I would say 75 to 80% of my workload is e-learning. And the reason for that, I believe, is mostly because that's just, if you were to look at the entire body of voiceover work that's available out there, the vast majority of it is their e-learning. Audiobooks would be a big part of it as well. But there's just a lot of e-work or e-learning work available. And since I've recorded, as I've mentioned numerous times, well over 10,000 voiceover jobs, that means I'm north of 7, 8, or 9,000 e-learning jobs. And everything from, Fortune 500s to smaller companies. For instance, yesterday, I recorded e-learning projects for Bristol Myers Squibb and Ericsson. This morning, as soon as we wrap up, I've got a project to finish up for MasterCard. So there's always e-learning in the pipeline. So where do I what is the secret to getting all of this e-learning work? It's not going to be what you think. I don't market specifically for e-learning work. And if you're a student of my blueprint, you've probably heard me talk about this a lot, but I market very, very broadly to content creators, specifically mostly video production companies. So all of these e-learning jobs that I get come through my marketing to video production companies, and occasionally also through online pay-to-play platforms like voices.com and Voice123. And so it's not like I have some super secret niche strategy for getting e-learning work. It's part of my broadcast shotgun approach to marketing. And as a result, I get a lot of e-learning work because there's a lot of it out there. If you're interested in doing e-learning, what I would suggest is that just double up on whatever you're doing in direct marketing, double up on it. Because here's the way it works. Because I used to work. I was actually at one point in time, for a short period of time, I was vice president of a corporate learning services company. And this is what we did. We created not only e-learning, just instructional design type work for mostly Fortune 500 companies. And the way it typically works, well, first of all, let me say, it works in the minority of cases where one shop does everything. They do the instructional design, they write the create the training. They also create the graphics and the videos and the voiceovers. I would say that's the minority. Mostly what happens is this gets farmed out to these studios, these production studios. And if you can be on the radar of a production studio, not only will you get TV commercial work, not only will you get radio work, not only will you get corporate work, industrial, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you're going to, just by virtue of fact of being on their radar, you're going to get e-learning opportunities because there are so many e-learning jobs out there. So if you want to do e-learning, if it's something you're interested in, and by the way, I could do e-learning all day. I would be thrilled to do e-learning all day. Love doing it. A lot of people don't think it's sexy or glamorous enough, but I love sitting behind a microphone. I love communicating to people. I love trying to relay concepts to help people understand, whether it's doing something a little more complex like medical or pharmaceutical or manufacturing or safety related or HR, onboarding type stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. I love to communicate with people. And if that resonates with you, then you for sure want to make sure that your marketing efforts are geared up to 100%, because the more you get in front of potential clients, the more of this kind of work you are going to get. Well, let's see who we've got in the live chat here this morning. We've got a lot of you guys on, and I always appreciate it. And thanks again. I know you guys have been subscribing. You've been sharing the videos. You've been liking the videos. In turn, YouTube is inclined to then share these videos with more people. And I can see it happening by the numbers. And I just want to thank you for that. Nephi in Knoxville was first in today. Phil in Tokyo, what's going on? Scotty in Brookings, South Dakota. We've got Ethan in sunny New York, Ontario. Jason in Kearney, Nebraska. Rebecca, what's going on with you in Michigan? Dave in New York City. Mark in California, Central Valley. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. GS in Longview. Emma in Huntington Beach. Denise in Long Island. MG in North Carolina. Rusty in the UP of Michigan. We got Mark in Montreal finishing up his Whisper Room setup during the weekend. Awesome. Rob, good morning to you in the sunny San Francisco Bay Area. Ty in Warsaw, Indiana. Chris in Minneapolis. Marla, Texas. Bob in Reedsville, North Carolina. Julie in Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. I knew that, Julie. So sorry. John in Rhinebeck. Wayne in Port Orchard, Washington. Zach, good morning to you. And he wishes everyone in the huddle a good morning from sunny Florida. Wesley in the middle of nowhere. Zion, Arkansas. I have to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I know where Arkansas is at. Zion, I'm not quite familiar with. But Wesley, glad you're on. And all the way from Poland, it's Monica, just finishing up her second live session. It's a bit unnerving, but pleasant at the same time. Yeah, right? It's exactly what it is. It's like when you haven't done it very much and you don't know what to expect, you're anticipating everything that could go wrong to go wrong. But what you find in reality is once that you do it, clients are great to work with. Clients already like you or they wouldn't have hired you. They're on your side. So they do everything they can to make the process simple for you and to help you get, to do it right and to get it done. So anytime that I've done a live session, I always feel good about it when I'm done. I think it's one of the coolest things that you can do in voiceover. Good morning to you, Alec in Columbus, Ohio. That's my homeland, my peeps. Go Buckeyes, OH. We've got Ralph in Fresno, California, excited to sign up for the upcoming affiliate course. Ralph, I'm excited for you to be there. Alex in Utah. We got Trippy in Northwest Ohio. I'm doing well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. Remember, goals without a plan and dreams. Start your VO goals with goals without a plan are dreams. There it is. There it is. Start your VO goals with a VO blueprint like I did. You won't regret it. Dave in New York City. Dave, thanks for the plug, the unsolicited plug. I appreciate that. Good morning to Calvin in Charleston, South Carolina. Being a member of the VO blueprint is amazing. I've got to say, these are totally unsolicited, but thank you. Calvin, thank you. I appreciate you and appreciate the kind comments. And Calvin's one of the newer students in the VoiceOver Blueprint. Very excited to have you as part, Calvin. And here's another blueprinter. We've got a bunch of them on today. Theo says, happy almost Friday from downtown Chicago. The weekend's almost here. We're getting there. We're getting there, Theo. Mary in New Jersey. Sandra in Dallas-Fort Worth. Terry in Fallston, Maryland. John in the mile-high city of Denver. Amisha, South Carolina. Rebecca says, another VoiceOver Blueprint student, I just landed a client today for my first e-learning project. They found me on Upwork. I'm so excited to start this new Spoke and also to take Aaron's class. Rebecca, love to hear these VoiceOver Blueprint success stories. And guys, if you're not in the VoiceOver Blueprint, you're missing out on my actual training program. There's a link below in the description. You can get all the details. Let's see here. And by the way, I'm just going to, those of you who have questions, if you could bring them tomorrow's my Q&A day. So if you could bring them on Friday, that's when I hit all that stuff. Appreciate that. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Wally, sitting in the front row, ready for the Imaging 101 class. Yeah, Wally in Annapolis. Looking forward to it. Louis says hello from Oxnard, California. Kibby and Tbilisi checking in again. Let's see here. Sarah in Durham, North Carolina. You're very welcome. I'm glad to share these tips and tricks. Jason in Newport, Oregon. Melissa in San Diego. Angela. Bring that question tomorrow. If you want to talk about AI, I'll be glad to address that at that time. Short answer is I don't believe you have anything to worry about. There could actually open up more opportunities. Jolie, how you doing? Heather, good day from Australia. I see people marketing themselves as having a pro studio, which constitutes a pro studio versus, what constitutes a pro studio versus home studio? If it produces professional grade audio, it's not the materials in it. The materials help contribute to the sound. It's all about the sound. That's the sound. If the sound is pro, it is pro. It's Alicia in DC, Phil in Hershey, Pennsylvania, Jason in North Carolina. By the way, Jason's a certified instructional designer. Yeah, good deal. You know all about the industry there, Jason. Tim, what's going on? He says, you're my VO hero. Tim in Kansas. Thank you, Tim. Vanessa, good morning from Lusaka, Zambia. Vanessa, glad to have you here today. Michigan, in Michigan, it's Carrie. Let's see. Gretch Girl gives an IO to my OH. Thank you. So you got to finish the OH to IO. If you're a Buckeyes fan, you know what I'm talking about. Darren in Houston, Texas, good morning. Jolie just wants to make sure that she makes it publicly known she's a voiceover blueprinter too. Yes, it has been for a long time. Joy in Southfield, Michigan. Guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, don't forget, our class is coming up Wednesday with Aaron, imaging. Again, whether you're interested in TV, radio, promo work or not, having the skill set is going to expand your capabilities and help you do more for the clients you have and to attract new clients as well. The broader your skill set, the more effective your marketing and your business will be. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.